Just kidding, Jesus. Um, but the story, the story that I wanted to tell was about me running this weekend. I ran
Oh yeah.
10 miles.
Wow. Okay. Is
That's
that
my
is that
story.
is that the first time you run 10 miles since your surgery?
Third time.
Third time. Okay. And how's that been
Mhm.
feeling?
Pretty good. I mean, just definitely trying to take it slow, but um, yeah, I mean, sore the next day, but not necessarily my knee. So I'm just trying to stretch a lot and get ease back into it, but had to ease back in with 10 miles because if I don't, I go crazy. Um, but I was running on the trail this weekend,
Go on.
and there's many people on the trail on the
Uh-huh.
weekends,
Yep.
which is fine, but
Sure.
I will say have a little bit of awareness. Don't act like super alarmed or like I'm trying to rob you when I'm like right behind you. Like people have their back walking in front of me and I run like around them, like pretty wide around them, and they're like, ah. And I'm like, okay, how did you not hear me
Yeah.
and get out of the way?
Yeah.
And B, it's just like, I don't know. It just blows my mind that people are just lacking awareness of their own surroundings,
Yeah.
that they can just be like, oh my God, I could never have anticipated another human on a public trail on a weekend. My God, I thought it was just reserved for me. Um, so get out of the way when I'm running is my number one thing. Um, and then, a lot of people are out there with dogs as well, which is
Right.
fine. Um, I passed a guy let's see, he was coming toward me, old guy walking his dog, small dog,
Go on.
probably smaller than a beagle, but bigger than a Chihuahua.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. So
and
Doberman.
he was off leash. Yeah, yeah. Let's say it was that. He was off leash, and he was like, standing right beside his owner, like
Okay.
wasn't an issue. He passed me walking, and at a certain point, I turn around at the 5 mile mark, and I'm running down the trail now. I turned around, I run down the trail. I hear the dog sprinting around a corner. I don't even see the guy. He's coming right at me. And I'm just like, oh no. So I bend down and I put my hand out. Because that normally works. and and he like kind of slowed down, but he still ran up and like jumped up, but it wasn't like a play jump. It was more like a shove, like he shoved me.
This
And
Doberman.
okay.
So you
I was
flew
like,
against the tree.
yeah. So I was like, all right. I don't know where your owner is, but I'm imagining he's just up ahead. And I like start to jog again, and this dude is like jogging beside me, and I'm like, oh, he's like wants to run beside me for a
Yeah.
while. That's kind of fun. Nope, he didn't want to do that. He then wanted to growl at me and try to bite me, and like herd me so that I didn't get in front of him. I
Uh,
don't know if he had sort of a herding breed inside of him,
yeah.
but he was doing that maneuver where he was trying to push me off the road.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? And like I tried to like go, and he was like, nah, dude, you can't go by me because you're gonna kill my owner probably. And we finally are. I'm just walking, and he's like looking back at me, walking in front of me, and I'm like, really not gonna be. And I see the old guy. He has no idea, by the way, that his
Really?
dog is just gone from him. He's just walking. And I have headphones. In, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna start running, and I'm just gonna sprint real quick around this guy. He's gonna see the dog, and he's going to stop the dog,
Sure.
or
Yeah,
the dog's just going to stop,
makes
when he
sense.
sees the owner.
Makes sense.
Also, it didn't happen.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I do a quick sprint. And I'm like, all right, and then I turn around, dude, I'm way past the guy at this point, and the dog is right on me. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm at a dead sprint. I'm at a dead sprint. This dog is right on me. And I'm like, just any second, he's going to just latch onto my calf. But if someone had seen this, I swear to God, it would have been the funniest thing on earth. But in the moment, I was like, are you kidding me? I did a 300-yard, after running 5 miles, 300 yards at a dead sprint. I mean, I was booking it, and no one was around to see it, thank God, because it would have been the most embarrassing thing in the world, this tiny dog. And he was right on me, and I was like, and he finally stopped because I went through this huge mud pit. And he finally stopped, and I was so close to just completely blowing out the tiny piece of hamstring I do still have in my bad leg, which, by the way, hasn't grown back. Surgeon. The surgeon said it was going to grow back. It hasn't. I don't know what he was talking about. But
I was confused by that myself.
So I'm feeling both of them, and I'm like, this is one on the left is far more pronounced than the one on the right.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh yeah, it'll grow back.
It's
that's the cool thing about the hamstring. I'm like, is it though? I'm not really an octopus. And so yeah, that I was like, for a mile after that, I was like, is my hamstring actually wrecked here? But luckily it wasn't.
That's good.
So that was my being chased by a dog story. And this dog was probably 10 pounds, maybe.
That was quite
I ran for my life. I literally ran for my life. I don't know why.
All that just so this guy would notice that his dog had left his side.
Had no idea. Still probably had no clue.
That is stunning.
Or he might have laughed. He might have tried to get him back, and the dog was just not having it. But
yeah,
I mean, there is definitely evil in the dog's eyes. So I mean,
10-pound dog. That's a good thing it wasn't a bigger dog. Then it really would have been scary.
Yeah, I wouldn't have tried to outrun it. I mean, at least I know now what dogs I can outrun, and it's not it's not a lot. I'm very limited in what dogs I can outrun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Definitely the moral of that is to have your dog on a leash on a public trail.
Seriously.
So I was running, and I'm like, well, if I get a little bit more space and he's still there, I have to kick this guy. Yeah. I have to punt this dog into the woods. And then and the old man has to go.
Yeah.
Because once I get a taste of blood, I can't stop.
You just start kicking people. You just can't stop.
Move. Yeah, I definitely get in a mentality sometimes when I'm running and I see people 100 yards away, just coming toward me. I'm like, move, you better move. You better move to the side. I'm not moving to the side.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, it's that white privilege coming through.
I know. I got to check it. I never check it at the door.
Oh my God, dude, that was hilarious.
Yeah. So that's my running story of the week.